Joining me now is the Bellator MMA featherweight contender who fights champion Pitbull Freire in the rematch in Bellator 188 main event in Tel Aviv, Israel on November 16th. Please welcome Daniel Weichel back to the show. Daniel, how's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me on your show. I'm doing great. Happy to fly to Israel on Sunday.
Awesome. So June 19th, 2015 is when you fought Pitbull for the very first time. You nearly put him away in the first round. At the end of the round, you knocked him down, came close to winning the fight and winning the title, but he came back. Very crazy come from behind victory. He ended up finishing in the second round. Since that fight, over the past 2.5 years, you're undefeated, 4-0, big wins, including Emmanuel Sanchez and John McKee. How surprised are you that it took you this long to get another title shot? I mean, I think people thought you deserved one maybe after 2 wins, but here we are, 2.5 years later, you just getting the next crack at the title. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I also thought that I should have get the title shot a little bit earlier, especially after big opponents like Emmanuel Sanchez and George Karahanian. But, I've gained a lot of confidence training these 2 years and developing on all my skills, and also fighting a very tough opponent like John McKee. Really, is what I needed to become the champion and to beat Patricio.
Why do you think they didn't give you a title shot till now? Because, I mean, when you had beaten Georgie Karakanian and then Emmanuel Sanchez, those are 2 of the better featherweights in the Bellator division. Why do you think you didn't get a title shot till now?
I don't know for sure, but I thought, I think they just had this unfinished business with Strauss and going, so they wanted to have this out of the way and going from there. So, I don't know 100% for sure.
Was it kind of annoying watching that fight fourth? They fought 4 times now, and it seemed like it wasn't necessarily Like, it seemed a bit of a weird 4th fight. Of course, in a way it wasn't, just because Pitbull did get the title back, and that was good, just, changing it up. But, was it kind of weird, as being a number 1 contender in that division, watching someone who, hadn't done a whole lot, he lost to Benson Henderson, fight for that title?
Yeah, I thought I was the one who deserved the shot, but yeah, you never know how the thing's going, but I don't think too much about that. Also, I was really, I really wanted this fight. I really wanted to fight for the title, and that was, I really was waiting on it. I thought, after every fight, now I'm going to fight for the title. Now I'm going to fight for the title. But that's how it is, and I'm looking more forward to what's coming up.
Did you ever get to a point during your 4th round, the first Pitbull fight, before you got a title shot, that you almost started to consider not taking these fights? Because look at the Brian Mooar fight. I mean, that wasn't really a win-win situation. That was a really risky fight because he's not a very known fighter. You're one of the better Bellator featherweights, if not the best. And if he had, upset you, that would have been really bad for your career. And it was a risky fight. And I'm sure you agree with that. Did you ever consider not taking fights like that? Yeah. Or just because you're a fighter at heart, you love fighting, were you going to take anything that Bellator, offered you?
Yeah, I know that was especially a fight. I had, he had everything to win and nothing to lose. But, actually, I would love even way more than I did the last 2 years. I had 2 fights each year, and, I would love to fight 4 times each year. And I want to fight anybody in the division. That's the mindset that I have, also that I think that a champion should have, to fight every contender who's out there. For me, I never really thought about not taking the fights because I love to fight and I want to keep going, but it was definitely, like you said, many people said, hey, you should fight for the title, and there's a risky fight, but at the end, I don't care. I don't mind. I want to fight anybody in the division, and I want to put everybody out, so I feel like the champion.
Now, let's talk about the Pitbull fight coming up on November 16th, next Thursday to be exact, in Tel Aviv, Israel. Of course, it's a rematch from June of 2015. He, finished you in the second round. How does your approach change going into the rematch? Because I feel like when a fighter has a first fight with someone, win or lose, and then they have a rematch, especially if they lose because they did something because of that, they have to change their approach, maybe change their game plan. What are you going to change anything? Will you do what you did in the first fight, or do you have, are there things to change?
One thing that I've learned definitely from the first fight is that I should never lose my focus or let my emotions get into it for a tenth of a second. I think I did everything well in the very first round. I found my timing by the midpoint at the round. I really got into my rhythm, and I thought I'd pick my shot. And, the second round it was not, looking back to it, it was not something that he did pretty good. It was more something that I should stick more to the game plan at that point. But also, there have been 2.5 years in between, and he changed his style also a little bit. And I think, not that I changed my style, I just put on different things. Like I try to involve every area of the game. So I think me going in there, I will be a complete different fighter according to skill set. And come for the focus, there will be nothing that can distract me on my focus and on my mindset going into this game, into this fight. So I think this is really something that I took from the first fight, that I'm now always keeping my focus even more than I did in the past. And I'm also in preparation, or in sparring sessions, I try really to focus on that and keep high concentration throughout 30 minutes or even the whole, as long as training goes,
Do you feel like you're a smarter now?
I'm more experienced. More experienced, also smarter maybe. Yeah, just, it's not that I learn from every fight. I feel that I learn from every fight, each win or lose. If you lose, especially in a way like that, definitely you take it more into yourself, and you're more looking about the point that you want to take with you, that you learn from this fight.
What did you think about Pitbull's recent win over Daniel Strauss? It was, as we talked about, the fourth fight. He won by submission to recapture the title. Looked pretty good. Were you impressed? What did you think?
Yeah, Pitbull was sharp. Pitbull was definitely ready. Well, I don't know, or what I can say is how ready was Strauss after his injury and the long layoff. So, yeah, Pitbull looked sharp. Definitely, he looked ready. I'm not sure if Strauss was on 100% of his performance. He could have been into the fight.
Right, and you'll be fighting in Israel for the very first time, and just looking at your record, you fought in many, many places. Sweden, Russia, of course, Germany, the United States. I think you've been to Canada, many, many places, but first time in Israel. What are your thoughts on that? And are you excited? Are you concerned? What are your emotions going into your first fight in Israel, just because it is a new place for you?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that because I've never been there. And also everybody that I talk about that I'm going to Israel to fight, especially to Tel Aviv, is telling me what an amazing city this is, and how crazy and amazing just the city is, and I really get interested in it, and I'm really looking forward to go there and meet the people and discover the country. I'm really excited about that. There's also one thing, as a fighter, always you can see new countries, new cultures, different places, different people. This is what I also love about fighting, that you get to see the world by doing what you love to do.
When do you plan on flying out to Tel Aviv? And I'm asking just because, with this fight, since it's in a different place, sometimes people might want to get there a bit earlier than usual to get acclimated. Is that your situation here? Are you going to leave a bit early or early next week? When are you flying out?
Yeah, I'm flying out on Sunday, and it's only a 4 to 5 hour flight with only 1 hour time difference, so it won't be too hard on jet lag or anything. So if I compare this to dates, it's a pretty easy trip. So, yeah.
So, say you go out there on Thursday in Tel Aviv, Bellator 188 main event, and you finish or you beat Patricio Pitbull, become the new Bellator featherweight champion. What happens after that? Do you think they will do the trilogy? Do you think, since it would be 1-1 for you and Pitbull, do you think they run it back a third time?
Yeah, I think so. When I win on November 16th, I think there will be a third one, definitely. He's a top competitor, and I'm expecting nothing but a war. And yeah, when we go in there, and I get the victory, I think there will be a third fight. It will be fair.
Now, you've fought a lot of the top featherweights already, even though you aren't the champion. It's just been non-title fights. You fought Pat Kern, Emmanuel Sanchez, Georgi Karakanian, and John Pakapa in your last fight. If you do, fight, I know for now you'll still be fighting Pitbull the second time, then you'll probably fight him again, as you said. But after that, I mean, there aren't too many challengers out there. Would you, do you plan on defending the title many, many times? Or do you think, moving up in weight, maybe taking on lightweight champion Brent Primus, is that a future fight that could be possible?
You never know, but, first things first, I get this title, and I want to build my legacy in Bellator. That's what that was one thing that was in my mind when I came into the tournament and started in Bellator. I really want to make my legacy over there and have as many fights as possible, and the number one fighter over there.
Now, undefeated featherweight prospect AJ McKee, who is headlining against your former opponent Brian Mooar this weekend in Dublin, Ireland, Bellator 187. He called out the winner of this fight. He wants to fight the winner of you and Pitbull. What are your thoughts on that? Is he a guy at all on your radar? Do you even know much about him?
Yeah, of course. I got to see him a couple of times, and I met him also on a couple of events. He's a nice guy. He's a definitely talented guy, and brings new blood to the division. But I think there are also a couple of guys maybe that should get a title shot before him. I think they're like the top 3-4 guys. If he has to face one of them, and then he can ask for the title shot.
Interesting. And one thing that you mentioned in your recent interview with James Lynch over at, I believe it was Fansided, you revealed that your wife is expecting a baby. Your first child will be born likely at the end of November, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Firstly, congratulations, and also, what are your thoughts on how this could affect you? How do you balance everything? Once you become a father, how do you balance that with your fighting career and with everything coming together at the same time? You fighting Pitbull for the title, you having your kid. Does this affect you in the cage at all?
I feel that it's like this, that at this point when I'm going to Israel, I will have my family in my heart, my wife, and my daughter who's coming also in November. I will carry her in my heart as my motivation. But when I go into this cage, it will be the motivation inside of me. But in my head, I have to stay concentrated. I have to focus on what I'm doing right now. So it's a plus of motivation for me going in there, and also knowing I'm doing this for my family, but also have to have it not get into emotions or whatever. No, I have a great wife who's taking great care of me as well in preparation and training camp, and I think we just handled this really, really great so far. She knows how to be in the preparation for a title fight, and how sometimes you get emotional being on your diet. But, so far I'm feeling great. I'm feeling this experience is putting more energy on me, like giving me more motivation and give me more energy going to Tel Aviv and getting this belt.
Do you plan on taking a little bit of time off after this fight, win or lose, just to be able to take care of your kid and spend time with her, or are you going to get right back in the...
Most probably will be. I definitely will take some time with my family, and but it was never a problem for me to go right back to the gym because I love it. It's really a passion for me. So I'm thinking that I will give my family as much time as they need, and I think that I want to spend for them, especially Christmas is coming up as well. So, but also, I cannot forget that my team is getting ready for this fight. They're sacrificing the same stuff like time, energy, and I would never take that back from them. And if they need me, I will be there for them as well. They like my family as well.
Awesome, Daniel. Thank you again for the time. Bellator 188 main event. You're fighting Patricio Pitbull Freire for the featherweight title. Tel Aviv, Israel, next Thursday, November 16th. Thank you again. Last question for you. How do you get the job done? Taking on the featherweight champion. How do you come out the champ?
You know, I would go in there more ready than ever, 100% focused. I would see my opening, whether I'm striking or on the ground, and I would take this opening with 100% determination and finish him inside the 5 rounds. I get my hand raised, and I will leave this cage with the belt on my shoulder.
Awesome, Daniel. Thanks again. Best of luck. And before I let you go, let my audience know where they can find you on social media, and if there's anybody you'd like to thank or shout out to, the floor is yours.
Hey, thank you for having me on your show, and you can contact me on Instagram at Daniel Weichel, on Facebook Daniel Weichel, or Twitter Daniel Weichel, Snapchat Daniel Weichel. Thank you to all my fans out there for the support. I love your energy, and November 16th, this will be also for you guys. Thank you.